Hey, I'm Levi Russo Bell, and we have the men's cross country team. I'm going to go over group cohesion, and basically, I'm just going to get the team out together and try to build cohesion because greater cohesion increases performance. It's just facts. In order to do that, I'm going to make them go over a sociogram, fill that out, figure out who is comfortable with who, try to get a uniform for the team, so build more unity. And then start a team group chat, get the coach involved, get the teammates involved, and require them to at least say one thing a day, have fun with it, joke around, be serious, build cohesion, and get the coach to encourage the teammates and to build a togetherness team. And then basically, at the end of the evaluation, I'm basically just going to get them to do another sociogram, see how the relationships have built. But Jack, you're up.
All right, I'll be taking over the second session for the team bonding, and we'll be going over team dynamics or team bonding and communication. This session we'll just be able to go over team theories, about team perspectives, team roles, and personal and intrapersonal communication, team building, and just effective communication with verbal, nonverbal messages. We'll be going over the key points will be team perspectives, team roles, team building, and interpersonal and intrapersonal communication, how all that works. The application will be that the athletes will be able to better communicate with themselves, with the teammates and coaches, to understand how team dynamics work. And then to evaluate, at the end, I'm going to be giving the players a post-evaluation sheet asking certain questions just to see kind of what they got out of the session. All right, Shami.
All right, so my session is about arousal regulation. They'll, know their experience will be what they've been previously taught, the 4-season team bonding. Introduction, how I'm going to introduce this is just ask them if they ever had a time when they certainly knew they were underperforming. Then my presentation is about increasing self-awareness of arousal, somatic anxiety reduction techniques, on-site coping methods, and arousal-inducing techniques. These are the key topic points of my presentation. This will be applicable to them as it helps them reduce anxiety during practices, and it'll help them self-monitor themselves during practices to help with their arousal regulation. And how I will evaluate this is by requiring them to write down 2 to 3 sentences on what methods they have chosen and why they have chosen them. Assign them accountability partners by groups of 3, and they'll be required to fill out a log or diary of their individual experiences with the skills they have utilized. All right, Winston, it's your turn.
Hey, this is Winston Edwards. I will be going over leadership with men's cross country. I'm doing the 4th week of consulting. There will be 30 minutes to 45 minutes time allotted. I will only need a checklist for leadership qualities, and the students will only need the same uniform they use to compete in competition with. I will go over with the team setting goals for what they want to accomplish by the end of the season as a group. I will go over team rules and principles for what they feel that the team as a group should stand for. We are going to strategize on how they are going to accomplish this goal, and they will take pride in their performance in practice and competition. I feel that leadership is a very important quality to have amongst any team that is competitive in any sort. This will allow the team to share a common goal and hold one another accountable. And also, they will be monitored by the leader, which is also the extension of a coach. And having the leader will also keep practice organized and keep the others motivated to complete the task. And I will be evaluating them by after the session is over. I will ask them in what way do they feel leadership applies to them, and how can they use it for weekly tasks. I will assign them to work with the partner that they chose with the younger groups to build the relationship with. After that, I will observe both upper and underclassmen during completing their weekly task and judge them on if they are using leadership the right way. If they have any questions or difficulties, I will go over it with them and how to use leadership in the right way.
All right. I have the first session for the individual, and I'll be going over leadership with Devin. The goal of this will be to help Devin as he deals with interpersonal conflict and competition within the team. The objective will help him to gain leadership skills for personal and team development, gain respect for himself and for his teammates, and just added self-confidence. What I'll be going over with him will be some leadership exercises, and we'll have him run through some scenarios where he has to act kind of as like the peacemaker or like the coach, and then also have him practice delegating responsibilities to some of his teammates. I also have Devin write down some goals, some short-term, some long-term, at least 5, and then have him put it in an envelope and seal it to the end of the season. And also have him keep a notebook or a file where he just records some of the team conflicts and how those were resolved within the team. This knowledge will help Devin improve his skills on how to deal with intra-team conflict and hopefully push him as a leader and a peacemaker. I will evaluate Devin by every week going over the computer file notebook that he made with the situations within the team. Halfway through the year, I'll also revisit Devin's goals and ask if he's meeting them, feels like he's meeting them, or if he feels like he needs to add some goals if he's not being pushed enough. Shami?
All right, so for the individual session, I have goal setting. Again, he's going to be taught what he's going to have to know, what he's been previously taught in the team sessions and the individual session on leadership. The purpose of all this is to help him with more knowledge and understanding about the different types of goals. So it's very focused on goal setting, and this will help him. How he's going to apply all this is for his goals for flow state and to become a better leader. Now, how I'm going to present this information to him is by a few key topic points, which is outcome goals, performance goals, process goals, and group goals. And he's going to apply all of this knowledge to benefit him in his journey. And so that way he's able to properly go about his journey of achieving flow state, and which is runner's high in his context, as well as becoming a better leader for his team as to help him and his team perform better. And how I'm going to evaluate this is by requiring him to make a log of his progress, improvements, new goals, etc. And this will enable me to see if he truly understood everything he was taught during our sessions, and if he's actually being able to apply them, if he's able to understand them and apply them effectively. Now, Winston, it's your turn.
Hey, this is Winston Overs again. I will be going over SMART goals with men's cross country. I'm doing the week 3 of consulting, 50 minutes to an hour time allotted, and I will only need a board, and the students will only need a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper. In order for Devin to know anything about setting SMART goals, he would have to have had attended the team session of leadership and how a person should set goals and strategize for them. The particular session would have been very beneficial for his understanding of setting any goal for himself in life. Setting SMART goals will give Devin an opportunity to learn how setting the right goals will help him reach greater heights in terms of reaching an ultimate goal he has set for himself. After the season, Devin will know how to set many short-term goals to reach the ultimate goal. He will understand that goal setting is very effective in reaching goals. He will know that perseverance is very well needed in terms of achieving any goal in life, and strategizing is key to completing all goals. I will be evaluating Devin by checking in on him periodically to see if he feels that he is aligned with his goals. Weekly, he will update me on where he stands in meeting those goals as well. If he needs to add more short-term goals, I will give him the option to do so. Levi.
Bet. All right. So I'm going to go over Devin with arousal, out of flow, like out of body experience, the flow. The flow is like a very, very, very important thing that high athletes utilize, which is basically getting your mind super focused on something, and you're able to increase your performance majorly. In order to do that, you need to find something that's very challenging, but not too challenging, and find your skill level and find a good happy medium. In order to do this, I'm going to get Devin, and I'm going to ask him to rate himself between 1 to 10, and then do that for the rest of the team, and then get the people that are similar to his skills set and make them compete against each other. And I'm going to personally ask him who he finds the most even competition with, and make them go against each other in practice and run 5 miles. And whoever wins, whoever finishes first, is going to pick the team snack. So it makes it a little competitive, you know what I mean? And fun. And so that's going to allow him to compete and get into that flow mindset. And I'm going to encourage him to do that for competitions, to find someone who is very, very similar to his like skill level that he can compete against and pick out. And then I need to evaluate his ideal zone of functioning, because everyone has different zones of functioning. Some people have like low arousal to perform better. Some people like high arousal, and some people like the medium. So I'm going to do a motivational speech for one practice and see how he like to get really high arousal and see how he does in the competition. I'm going to another day I'm going to play his favorite music, and so like for mild arousal, see how he does, and then another day I'm just going to be completely quiet for low arousal, see how he does, and then I'm going to evaluate him and see his overall results on which one he competes at, so we can take that to the competition levels and interview him on each practice and see on how he feels and if he gets that out-of-body experience. But that concludes our presentation, and thank you so much.